Bonsoir, mes amis. Welcome back to Monaco. Last time, we broke into a prison transport. This time, we need to secure some passports. This time, I think we'll take the cleaner out for a spin. We are once again introduced to a new item, the smoke bomb. I think this is one of the more useful items in the game, but we'll actually be showing it off in the next level. And up here we're introduced to a new type of laser. This laser is a tripwire. If you break the laser while it is a solid red, it'll set off the alarm. However, while it is gray or flashing red, you can actually dash your way through it. This is not the first nor the last time I have set off an alarm. As a note, it's not strictly necessary for me to pass through this laser to get to where I want to go. If I went to the bushes directly below me, I could also get to this area. I could get past the laser. So let's talk about the cleaner. The cleaner's special ability is to put people to sleep. When guards are asleep, they can take no actions, they can't be alerted, they're basically useless. The only downside of this being that guards will wake up after a certain amount of time. Something to be cautious of while playing as the cleaner is that if you like to sneak around very close to guards, he has a tendency to stick to them. So, if you're not careful while you're following a guard around, you can instantly latch onto him and find yourself in the middle of a place you don't necessarily want to be. On the second floor we have another type of laser tripwire. As compared to the last ones we ran across, these laser tripwires do not turn off. The only way to get around them is either to turn off the laser itself, or to use a computer virus. Computers will be scattered around most of the levels, and you'll be able to send out a computer virus that will track along the power grid and turn off any electronics in the area. This will count for turning off phones, turning off lights, turning off laser grids, and in fact a big feature of later levels will be just how well can you marshal all of your computer viruses to get to a particularly nasty safe. Viruses do wear off after a certain amount of time, or they have their own built-in AI that will give them a certain precedence over turning something off over another. For instance, you may want to turn off a laser tripwire, but the computer virus is pretty dead set on turning off that alarm door that it's pretty sure you want to go through. I'm a bit confused here because I'm missing one piece of gold and I know I should have passed over it by now. This will happen once in a while, and the only advice I can give you is to look around the blueprints for areas that you may have missed. In my case, it's just this area in the center that I never explored. Once you see something, it'll pop up on the blueprints, and you'll be able to notice it when you're looking through, but before you see it the first time, it won't pop up, unless you're playing as the Lookout. The Lookout has a wider AoE to notice items. And here we have our last of most of our mission objectives. In this case, you have to grab a trophy and bring it back to your escape vehicle. The trophy can be anything. It may be passports in this case, or it might be a giant sack of money. It's not necessarily always a trophy, though I believe in one case it actually is a trophy. It's just your mission objective, more or less. The trophy does count as a piece of loot, so if you find you're at the end of a mission and you're missing a piece of loot, that could be the one you're missing. Something worth noting about escape vehicles is that you don't always have to go to the area you started in. More often than not, the area you start will be right next to an escape vehicle that you can use, but in some maps such as this one, there is actually an alternate escape vehicle that can make your path a bit shorter. And with that, we make our way out of the embassy. Please join me next time when we engage in that most humble of pastimes, knocking over a bank.